Most people think of distance as a safety net. If a threat is far away, you have time to react. You have room to breathe. But in the world of survival, distance is often the most sophisticated lie ever told. Today, I'm not here to tell you a ghost story. I'm here to provide a survival guide for a specific kind of predator. You might know him as El Silbón, the whistler. In the folklore of the plains, he's a 6-meter tall, emaciated figure carrying a burlap sack of human remains. But legends are just the skins we wrap around things we don't understand. The reality is much simpler and much more clinical. There's a rule you need to memorize. It's called the inverse proximity law. If you hear a whistle and it sounds like it's coming from miles away, thin, melodic, and faint, do not make the mistake of looking toward the horizon. He isn't out there, he's standing directly behind you. Close enough that if you were to exhale, your breath would hit his chest. If the whistle sounds loud, sharp, and immediate, as if someone just stepped into the room with you, you're safe. For now. He's far away, but remember, distance is a lie, and the moment that whistle starts to fade, your window of survival is closing. The first sign isn't actually the whistle itself. It's the silence that precedes it. I call it the auditory void. Think about the room you're in right now. There's a hum, isn't there? The refrigerator, the air conditioning, the distant drone of traffic. It's the white noise of reality. When El Silbón enters your local space, he doesn't just make a sound. He cleanses the environment of all other frequencies. You'll notice the fridge stop. Not because it lost power, but because the sound has been deleted. The clock on your wall will keep ticking, but you won't hear the gears. It's like the world is holding its breath for a guest it didn't invite. Then the whistle begins. It's a perfect C major scale, whistled with a precision that no human lung can achieve. It sounds like a neighbor 3 houses down, or someone walking their dog on the next street over. It's cheerful almost. But here's the part that gets complicated. You'll find yourself humming along. You won't realize you're doing it at first. You'll think you just have a song stuck in your head. But eventually, you'll notice the rhythm of your own breathing has synchronized perfectly with that distant, fading melody. You aren't just hearing the predator anymore. You're participating in the hunt. By the time you realize the whistle is getting quieter, the air in the room will have changed. It becomes thick, like the air in a cellar that hasn't been opened in decades. It smells of old calcium and sun-bleached fabric. This is where the panic usually sets in. You'll want to run. You'll want to move toward the door, toward the light, or toward any place where the whistle sounds louder. But remember the law. Every step you take toward safety is a step into his reach. As the whistle drops in volume, a new sound takes its place at floor level. It's a rhythmic, wet thud followed by a dry, grinding clatter. That's the sack. 6 meters of emaciated bone and leather don't move silently. He's shifting his weight. He's setting down the burlap bag filled with the fragments of those who heard the whistle and thought they were alone. The grinding sound is the vertebrae and ribs of his previous collections colliding against each other as he drags the bag across your floor. It's a heavy industrial sound, yet the whistle remains a mile away. Your brain will struggle to reconcile the two. You'll look at your empty hallway seeing nothing but the shadows, while your ears tell you there's a massive weight being dragged just inches from your feet. This is the sensory betrayal. Your instincts are screaming at you to look for the source of the thud, but your logic is focused on the distant whistle. It's a spatial trap, designed to keep you paralyzed while he measures the symmetry of your spine. This is the 0 point, the moment where the distance becomes 0. The whistling stops entirely. You might think he's gone. You might think you've survived the cycle, but absolute stillness isn't the end. It's the payoff. In this silence, you'll feel a looming pressure. It's not a shadow you can see, but a shadow you can feel on the back of your neck. The temperature will drop until you can see your own breath, but even that breath will be sucked away into the void. The whistle hasn't stopped, by the way. It has just moved to a frequency so high that your ears can no longer process it as sound. Instead, you'll feel it as a vibration in your teeth. Your vision might blur at the edges. And then the final note of the scale, the high C, is delivered. It won't be a whistle this time. It will be a long, rattling exhale, whispered directly into your ear. It smells like dust and ancient marrow. You'll feel a cold leather-like finger tracing the line of your vertebrae, counting them with clinical curiosity. He isn't interested in your fear. He's interested in your structure. He's checking to see if you'll fit into the sack, or if he needs to break a few more things first. There are no jump scares here. There is only the crushing realization that he has been there the entire time, and you were the one who invited him in by listening. When people encounter El Silbón, they don't usually leave behind a scene of violence. There's no struggle, there's just an empty pair of shoes left exactly where they were standing, and a faint dusting of white powder on the floor. The narrator's voice you're hearing right now, it's been tuned to a specific frequency. By listening to this, your ears have been calibrated to notice the auditory void. You're hyper-aware now, aren't you? Take a moment, listen to your own house. Is the fridge still humming? Can you hear the clock? If you hear a bird chirping in the distance or a neighbor whistling a simple tune 3 streets away, do not turn around. Do not look for the source. Distance is a lie, and the closer it sounds to the horizon, the closer he is to your chair. Just sit still. Keep your back straight. And whatever you do, don't start whistling along. It's because once you join the melody, you're already part of the collection. Stay safe and keep your ears open, but maybe not too open.